Hello and welcome to the Plan B guide to the Alakir encounter within Throne of the Four Winds. My name is Riz and I'll be running you through step by step as to how we overcame this boss. Okay, so first things first. The raiding configuration we chosen was 1 tank, 3 heals and 6 DPS. Okay, so you can see here that for argument's sake I'm on Spade 1. You can see underneath me the shape of a spade with another DPS, our Warlock Smokers. And to our right we've got another group on their own Spade, which is a healer and a DPS. Tank is on Spade 3 with his point heals, and then to obviously circle around the boss we've got a healer and a DPS on Spade 4, and then on Spade 5 we've got 2 DPS. Okay, so the reason for that is that electrical damage, it does increase damage the more people that are there, that it obviously chains to. So that's why we've only got 2 people. It minimises that damage and people are still in range of at least a healer. Okay, so the other ability he has in Phase 1 is this Ice Patch, which is kind of frustrating for moving out of his other ability, which he obtains in Phase 1 and 2 of the Tornado Wall. So for the Tornado Wall, always try and head for the gap, and remember to account for your latency there. Very, very important. Okay, so if you do manage to get caught in a tornado and you do get thrown off the edge there, you are returned to combat. Pop some damage mitigation cooldowns. I'm a mage, so I used my ice block, popping mage ward while I get back. And during that time, the DPS managed to push Alakir into second phase, which is triggered as soon as he reaches 80%. Now he loses the abilities of Wind Blast, which knocks people back, and the Ice Patch on the ground. Now he retains those tornadoes, so always head for the gap in Phase 1 and 2. Now Phase 2 goes right through to 20%, where Alakir will then change fight completely. You can see in front of us a couple of Stormlings. Now what we're doing is we're burning Alakir until we have 3 Stormlings, and as soon as the 4th one comes up, that's when we kill off our first Stormling. It usually has the most damage on it, so we'll knock it off first. You can see there we've got a couple marked up for death. The reason being is because Alakir gains the debuff of feedback. So very important that you try and stack those up as quickly and as fast as possible without burning your adds too quickly, otherwise you will run out of adds in order to continuously stack up that debuff. The other thing too, guys, is Pallies, Mages, we do have the ability to clear that debuff of the Acid Rain. That it does, obviously increase our damage taken from nature. So, use Ice Block if you've got it available. Your Pally Bubble will clear that debuff. It does make it a lot easier on your healers, so it's something definitely to keep in mind. So as you can see, we're just making sure that we always maintain going through the gap in the Tornado Wall. Some people call it Noob Sweeper. It very much is that sort of a test for players. Mages and Warlocks, we got a little bit lucky. We can actually teleport and it will blink straight through it. It does make our lives much simpler, and cheating when you can is always good. Try and stack up for AoE damage. Obviously the healers, it's going to be the most effective ability they have in this particular phase because of that Acid Rain. Yep, that's pretty much all that there is in Phase 2. The other thing that people should always be aware of is the tank mechanic. When the tank gets out of range, he still takes damage. That big giant electrical beam that you've seen, that hitting the tank, does hurt. So DPS, don't pull threat. If you're in melee range, he'll hit you like a train. And for ranged, that electrocute is not something you even want to see near yourself. Now, we've had other attempts where DPS have pulled and just gone splat. The tank is getting a significant number of heals. That's pretty much all for Phase 2. Okay, so you can see here we've just hit Phase 3. And what we do is we fly all the way to the top, done same way as swimming. And we use his face as a marker. Now we all stack up. Reason for this is there will be clouds that spawn, right, where the group well, any group member may potentially be. You can see there it's gone all sort of grey and foggy. That's the cloud. If you're in the cloud, you take electrical damage. Okay, so that's why we're all grouped up, and making sure that yeah, the clouds don't spawn anywhere randomly or on an altitude randomly. Okay, so the other thing to be aware of is the lightning rod. I get it twice in a row here, which is kind of frustrating. Make sure you move yourself out of the raid. I've got a little radar there on the right to make sure that I know where I am in regards to everyone else. And the other thing that you need to be aware of is that if you do see a stormling, try and knock it off if you can. It does give Alec here the feedback debuff, which does make this a little bit quicker to burn through. We've saved all our big damage cooldowns for this particular phase. Hero was saved for this phase. That's pretty much it, guys. There's not much else to really go through there, but it does take a little bit of practice. Get in there, do the best you can, and hopefully your group can successfully down this boss. It does have some very, very nice loots now. Yeah, all the best. This has been Riz from Plan B on Aim and Thull. Feel free to subscribe to our site. There are more videos coming of each and every encounter, so yeah, all the best.
We're gonna play the game, the PlayStation all day, with the Metal Gear Solid to Tekken 3, and from Omega Boost to Resident Evil. Just play for the fun, 'cause we got it going on.